Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Lasham Daily Briefing for Thursday, the 2nd of April, 2026. Starting off here with the synoptic for midday today, we can see here a bit of a low up towards the Scandies there with a cold front running to the south of it. Yes, overnight we've had a sort of slightly weaker cold front move through from the north or the northwest, and that's now clear of the sort of mainland UK there, bringing with it a little bit more unstable air and hopefully leading to some good soaring. We've also got this ridge of high pressure here working its way up, holding off the sort of slightly lower pressure weather out towards the North Atlantic. We're liable to see a little bit of that over the weekend and some slightly more unpleasant weather. But for today, relatively weak high here, continuing the run of reasonable conditions. Looking at the set pick here, you can see a bit cloud to the north, more or less blue in the south for the time being, and expecting that to continue. The rain radar remnants of that cold front just passing over the channel there, nothing to affect us really. No rain associated with that little band of that little sort of block of cloud to the north, and nothing that we're anticipating causing us any problems. The TAF at Odium today, they're showing north-northwesterly, so 310 degrees, 8 knots, visibility greater than 10 kilometers, and few clouds at 2,000 feet. And there's a prob 30 for this morning of scattered at 1,800 feet. And that's not looking like it's in place at the moment at all, and their observation not reflecting that either. Farnborough, a nice short TAF from them, 320 degrees, 5 knots, 10 kilometer viz, and few clouds at 4,500 feet. That's a little bit more aligned with what we want to see there in terms of cloud base as well. Winds aloft, northerly to the south of us, 330 degrees, about 10 to 15 knots at flying height. To the north, variable around 5, but expecting a generally northerly flow today. On top of that, here is windy, showing about 11 o'clock, so typical launch time between 11 and 12. Fairly significant northerly component there, not great in strength, but more or less straight across, but slightly more aligned for runway 27, about a 1 knot headwind component there, most likely. Wind speeds are reducing actually throughout the day, peaking at the moment at 9, gusting 17 according to the local Met Office forecast, reducing as the day goes on to a low of around 3 knots this afternoon. Temperature, just refreshing there. A bit cooler today, about 7 degrees, maybe slightly higher, 7 or 8 degrees in the warmest part of the day. A dew point there as well of 2. We're now up to 5.8 degrees locally with a dew point of 3.2. And that's the view on the south side looking to the west. So actually a little bit of that scattered lower cloud starting to show west of the airfield there. And obviously evidence of that northerly wind. Sky sights are looking at the point forecast for Lasham itself. Lower cloud base to begin with locally, but rising and actually moving a little bit further out towards around 3,000 feet locally, soarable to 2 or maybe 3 knot thermal average. So a reasonable window there, anywhere from sort of mid-morning into mid to late afternoon. Top Meteo here with their forecast. This is 10 o'clock local to begin, already showing some thermals with cumulus around about 700 meters locally to us there. That's improving throughout the day up to a maximum of around about 1,400 meters in 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's with cumulus as well. No time is nothing of great significance given the forecast for local some paragliders flying as is usually the case, and the transponder mandatory zone up towards Fairfoot as well. If anyone has any particular questions, consult your own briefing software. Move on now to the local Element. A lot of bookings to begin. Two K21s on 4-day courses, K21 on booked flying, and a K13 on the casual list. We also require 773 for trial lessons there for Red Paul Roberts, and there is some single seater availability. On movement today at 1:30, I'm expecting a A319 departure towards Gatwick. And a reminder about the autumn wave expedition. Any questions, do come and see Ron, Barry, or myself. So in summary, we had a weak cold front pass overnight, and it's left behind a relatively unstable air mass with high pressure remaining the dominant feature, albeit slightly weak. Soarable with Q and a moderate northerly flow throughout the day. And we'll be on runway 27 with normal ops. Gliders south of the cables, and the cables will be pulled out on the blue. So as always, don't land or taxi across the disused runways shown in red. And here's our airfield setup grid in the usual place on the north side. Self-launchers behind the grid to the east of the 2-3 threshold along the Perry track in our line. Winching from the south of the main runway and normal club airting from the hard. That's all from me this morning. We'll see you out there very shortly. Have a good day and keep it safe. Thank you.